Welcome back to the Luxury Code, where we decode what the very best agents from around the world are doing in the high end to continue to dominate even in this market. Today, we're going to unpack Mala Sander, who is an insanely great agent and team leader out in the Hamptons, outside of New York. Did last year 140 transactions, $225 million in volume, millions of dollars in commissions, as you can imagine. And this year, pacing for about $200 million, yes, in the high end in 2022. So Mala, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
I am super excited to be with you, Tom. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, so we were talking off camera, and I think it's important as we try and unpack some of the things, the lessons, the insights, what marketing, and I'm going to do a little what's hot and what's not to, get your perspective there. Start with sharing with the audience, how long have you been in the business? What did you do before? And why did you go into real estate?
So I've been in business for 21 years. I was with IBM before that. I had a 20-year career at IBM, and they gave one of those golden parachute packages or whatever.
Sure.
They were downsizing all their employees, and there was a package that came out, and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to take this package because I had just bought a house in the Hamptons
Mm-hmm.
on the water, and I was spending all of my time traveling around the world teaching people how to sell small business software. And
Yes.
I'm thinking, I'm on planes, I'm on trains, I'm here, I'm there, but I'm not at my waterfront house in the Hamptons. I said, this is crazy. I'm going to take this package, I'm going to spend some time here, and I'm going to retire, because it was like one of those big packages. And I said, oh, I'll just retire. So I came out to the Hamptons, and I was quite young. And I sort of said, you know what? I've got all this marketing background and all this expertise. I need to do something. So I did a short stint at marketing consulting, and then I joined the board, not the board, but I joined the marketing committee of a local theater here known as Bay Street Theater. So I
Yes.
joined their marketing committee, and I started to meet people. And I met one person in particular who was the principal, one of the principals at a boutique real estate company called Allen Schneider Associates. And he said to me, Peter Halleck said, Mala, you can sell real estate. And I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
Peter, I'm not selling real estate. And so reluctantly, I got into the real estate business in 2001. My first sale was $265,000. And I was like,
Wait,
okay,
what
I
did
didn't
that
think
get?
I'd ever sell anything.
Yeah. What did that get you in the Hamptons? Like a no bedroom, no bath?
Oh my God, that back then, this was a little tiny cape on a very main road, and my buyer was a builder and said, "Oh, I don't need to get inside," and that was it. So we didn't go inside. We closed on the property, and I had never been in the house. I said, "This is great,"
This
but
is
this
easy.
is easy. I can do this. Drive up in my little car and all that. So, but anyway, that was my start.
So you fast forward to today, and you have and continue to have a legendary career in the business. So I want to unpack some of the things that you're doing, some of the things you're thinking about. Talking with your coach Jeff about, he's just always blown away by your innovative approach, your networking ability. So I'm just going to dig in with a bunch of questions. So give us the skinnies. We sit here in June. How's the market right now in the Hamptons? Because there's a lot of negative press and headlines out there.
I know there is a lot of negative press, but here's the reality. I know interest rates are going up. I know inventory is coming on board. I know people are looking at, this sort of COVID thing and saying, oh, it's so inflated, it's so hot, it's a bubble, it's this, and I'm going to wait. But, my market is still chugging along. I think most of our buyers are cash buyers, and they've been financing in the past because rates are
Sure.
really, really super low. And, Jeff and I actually talked about this. And the fact is, in 2019, guess where interest rates were? They were at 5%.
That's
Guess
right.
where interest rates are now? They're at 5%. They went down, well, they're slightly more than 5% now.
Yes.
They went down in order to stimulate the economy, and they did a great job of stimulating the economy. But our buyers out here, typically were financing because they could, not
Right.
because they needed to, right? And so
Money
it was
was money
always
was cheap.
money was cheap at
Yep.
2%. I mean, you can't, it's silly to not do it, right?
Right. Right.
So the interest rates are creeping up, but our buyers are still primarily cash buyers that finance for convenience rather than for necessity. Is it going to affect the lower end of the market, the, sort of the 1 to 3 to maybe 5 million market where people are financing to, for real? Maybe, yes, yes. But the high end, the luxury buyer is still chugging along.
Are you seeing any change in transaction count?
Um, yes, primarily on the rental front, actually.
Interesting.
Um, Last year, so this is a seasonal rental market, right?
Right.
So the
Right.
Hamptons people want to be here in July and August, and in the past it was like we're going to rent for July, we're going to rent for August, and that's it. We're not going to rent for full season because we're going to go to Europe. We're going to do. COVID changed everything. People wanted out of the city. I
Right.
just talked to a guy that said they moved out here because they couldn't deal with going up and down in the elevator during COVID with their dog.
Yes.
21 flights. So people moved out here for full time, and that drove the rental market. So there was rental transaction after rental transaction. We probably did 150 rentals, I think, last year. It was crazy.
Wow.
I mean, but now we're back to less rentals. COVID is no longer the scary thing that it once was. People are traveling and they don't necessarily need to rent in the Hamptons. So instead of renting the Hamptons, they're renting in Tuscany, or they're renting in Spain, or they're renting wherever.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily out here. So that's affected volume a little bit on the rental side. On the sales side, I think we're pretty much chugging along. We are still seeing. We're doing right now 2 to 4 transactions a week right now.
When people hear that and they think about your price range, we're talking off camera about, you're selling like I'm selling the low end, the middle of the road stuff, the 3, 4, 5 million. What's happening in the super-lux? What's happening in the north of 15?
That is still sort of chugging along as well. I mean, I'm seeing things going into contract that are 18, 20. It's probably maybe, a little bit of a pause again right now, but it's a seasonal pause.
Yes. Yes.
People have decided what they're doing for the summer, and they're not frantically looking for something to be in for the summer. So they're here, they're chill. If it's a rainy day, they'll look.
Yeah.
And if it's August and they haven't found a place, then the pace accelerates. Then it's like, oh
Yes.
my God, I forgot to buy a house. It's August,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Interesting. So I have to ask, having been to the Hamptons multiple times, spent a lot of time in New York City, have so many clients there. How impacted, if anything, has your business been by the stock market going down, or the financial institutions that maybe they're not getting those big fat bonus checks this year, which sometimes drove part of the move up market of the second market?
hmm Great question. So my experience in the 20 years that I've been doing this, 20 plus years, is when the stock market is volatile, people want to invest in real property. And
Yeah.
if they have the wherewithal to get out, or if they had the wherewithal to get out before deep dives in the market, they got out, and they don't want this fluctuation thing anymore.
Right.
I don't know about the crypto people, but the stock market people definitely, they want real property. And
Right.
we tend to do well when the market's tricky.
I just chatted with somebody at a title company yesterday who uh, they've launched their own sort of blockchain version just for the crypto buyers. I'm like, wow, good timing.
Yeah,
They just launched
yeah,
it. I was like,
yeah.
probably you missed that one by about I don't know, 10, 11 months. But let's go a different direction. Your coach just talks about you just about every time I'm with you. The amount of transactions you're doing, forget the rental side, there's the everyday buyers and sellers business that you built. So one of the questions I know someone's going to ask is, okay, Mala, so you're selling 2 to 4 houses every single week, plus the rental side of the business, which is, we know it's very seasonal. What are some of the adjustments that you are making to maintain this production, to maintain relevancy in the marketplace?
So one of the first things that I did was create a team structure. So, and it was really after starting my coaching experience with you,
Mhm.
that with Tom Ferry, my coach said, you need to have an assistant. No matter what you do, just get yourself an assistant. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, how am I going to do that? And so that changed everything. that changed everything for me. All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing all that stuff
Right.
anymore.
Right.
Now I can really focus my attention on my buyers and on my sellers and focus my attention on growing my business. So that was number one. So, and then that philosophy led me to say, okay, I need to hire another person. That's so the assistant was like my operations person.
Right.
Now I was like, I need to hire like a real assistant that can do, that can sell, that can bring in business, that can go on listing appointments, that can go on showings. So
Yes.
that was so one piece led to the other piece in growing my team. I said, okay, and the advent of social media and doing Instagrams and I found myself like creating Animotos myself. And I found myself,
Yes.
doing all of these things. And I said, this is crazy. I am spending hours and hours doing this. I need to hire someone to do
Mm-hmm.
this. So I hired my own marketing director. So I think I might be the only person in the Hamptons right now that has their own marketing person on staff. Most people
Right.
depend on their brokerage marketing department. And it was also actually through meeting Tim Smith at a conference a
Yeah.
while back.
Yeah.
Tim's like, yep, I've got my own marketing team. I've got my own video people. I've got my own
Right.
this. I've got my own that. I was like, yeah, I get it. It's
You're like, I'm
yes.
doing that.
I'm doing that. Yeah, exactly. So I don't have, my own videographer, my own photographers on my staff, but I do have access to some really great ones. And my marketing director and my ops manager, they coordinate all of that. And
Love it.
and my marketing director helps my social media and drives all of that and does a really great job. And I'm in there too, like putting in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But that makes a huge difference. And that basically sets us apart. We are doing innovative and creative marketing for our sellers, for our landlords, and even for our clients that are looking to buy. We're out there canvassing sellers and finding off-market properties for them because I have the ability to say, okay, we're going to do this, and we do it. It's great.
Where could you go to get tuned up, to get your mindset right, to get an unlimited number of marketing and lead generation strategies to win even more listings? The answer, my friend, is obvious. The Success Summit in Dallas, August 23rd through the 25th. If you want to be surrounded by thousands of like-minded individuals that are not buying into the noise, but instead staying mentally tough and most importantly, earning the money that they desire, then you need to join us. So to make your reservation, just go to tomferry.com/summit. Make sure you put in the promo code SUMMIT15, that's SUMMIT15, to get 15% off your ticket. So make your reservation and let's get back to the show. Thank you. You've been a client for 5 years, I think going on 6 years. And to think back that 5 or 6 years ago, you didn't have an assistant. And today, just so people have context, how many total people do you have on the team, including assistants and staff and salespeople? What's it look like today?
It's not a huge team. We are a total of five. We're a total of 5.
Yeah.
So marketing director, ops manager, and then me plus 2 agents.
Yeah.
Looking to grow, definitely
Yes.
looking to grow with an eye towards that. So if you're in the Hamptons market and you're thinking about where to go next, give me a call. Sorry, Tom.
No, I love it. A little shameless self-promotion. Go, girl.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, it's the number 1 team on the East End. Why not
Right.
come work with us?
I
Right?
love it. And you say that with such poise and grace, and I know, like, there's a little devil in there. I love that. So the big key, and it's interesting. We were talking off camera. Courtney, Kelsey, Brandon, and I are here in the studio, and we were looking at your Instagram page, which is hot, right? But we'll get into that in a little bit. And I could just see, like, you're pushing the envelope, your style, you and Dino the dog, like, it's just like everything about it. I'm like, this
Dino's
is
out
really
on appointments.
right. Isn't it funny how, like, my little brother who sells real estate down in San Diego said to me once, he's like, I've done like 3 deals this year because I have a Vizsla dog. And he's like, I put the dog in the photo a couple times with my kids and people are like, oh, you have a Vizsla? I have a Vizsla. Can I buy a $2 million house from you? I'm like, so does Dino actually attract business?
Well, Dino's too new. I've only had him for 30 days,
Oh, okay.
literally,
New
but he
dog.
is, he's a new dog. He is going to attract business for sure, for sure. But you know what? It is really amazing. What does attract business is when you have that honest, like that eye to eye
Yes.
contact with people
Yes.
on the video. I always used to think, oh, videos, cheesy. I'm not doing it. It's great. It's really great because you can really show off a property more
Yep.
realistically than you can with static photos, number one. But also, somebody's going to identify with who you are as an agent.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
going to say, okay, I get this person. I like this person. And like, with your brother, you have
Yep.
a Vishla, I have a Vishla. Let's do a
Yeah.
deal. Oh,
Yes.
oh, where'd you get that outfit? Or where did how
100%.
did you come up with that analogy? Or how did
Right.
and people want to know more about you. And that's
So
why I also sprinkle in a lot of social, personal stuff into the social.
I love, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but your real talks are just awesome. My only advice to you, because we went through, we're looking at it, I'm like, you should just be doing way more of those, because again, if you haven't followed her, definitely follow her on Instagram. Mala's real talks are just you straight to camera, answering questions, talking about the market, educating people, and like you said, like we read your eyes. We see your facial expression. We connect with you in this intimate way on video that you just can't do in a direct mail piece or a postcard or a traditional advertising medium. I just think it's really special. So, and I love seeing all my super luxury brokers really take advantage of it. So we'll get to the real talk, but I want to go a different direction. So, Mala, I wrote down this question. So what are you and Jeff and the team, what are you putting in place today, or what did you put in place beyond the people, right? To continue to grow the business the way you have? Because maybe give people context. How many transactions were you doing 5 years ago versus today?
Oh, I mean, I was probably 20, 30, maybe 20
Okay, so 20 to
transactions
30
now.
transactions with an average sales price of $4 or $5 million, and you go to 140 transactions plus the rental business.
Right. My sales transactions were not averaging $4 or $5 million 5 or 6 years ago. Or, it was the sales point has come up,
Of course.
the volume. But the only way, I think, the only way to handle lots of volume in a consistently what's the word I'm looking for? Like a clear fashion so
Right.
that you're consistently good at what you do. The
Yes.
only way to do it is it's got to be rote. It's got to be
Mm-hmm.
automatic. It's got to
Yeah.
be like, okay, we got a new listing. We're going to do this, this,
Bang, bang,
this,
bang.
this, this, this.
Yep.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
We have something in contract. This is what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
So it's the only way to do it. It's just got to be automatic. And I think putting those systems and processes in place is key. It's just key on paper. And you go through, and every time there's a thing, you don't have to say, oh, did we order the sign? Did we,
Right.
fill out the thing? Did we get the forms? It's boom, 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 boom. And Chelsea, my ops manager, is really good at being on top of all of that stuff and making sure all of that stuff gets done. And sometimes she's on me and saying, hey, where's that form? Where's that thing?
Right.
It's fine. It keeps us all in line. But to have those systems in place, you're spending no energy worrying about what should be done. You're just
Right.
doing it,
Right.
and gives you more time to do other things. New business gives
I
you
mean,
more time to
you're
focus on your client.
right. I mean, you're preaching to the choir here. I mean, it's run your system, run your business by systems, not by memory, right? Memory is the big mistake in this business. We know what to do, but we forget. Was it hard for you to put those systems in place? I mean, I've had this conversation with Steve Cohen, with Michael, so many rock star agents, Hamptons, New York City, et cetera. And oftentimes we just find that in the higher end, they're like, well, no, my clients expect a different experience. And then you see the ones that do a lot of transactions, they're like, forget that. It's all got to be documented and processed. Was it hard for you to make that transition, or did the IBM background make it a no brainer for you?
No, it's a combination of both things. It is not hard to implement a system, but what your clients expect is a personal one-on-one. They don't
Yes.
want this, they don't want it, but they don't need to know that that's what's happening.
No,
But
no,
right, for your sanity, that's what needs to happen.
that's
And
it.
you can handhold, and you can bring them through. And I always say, okay, and it's easier said than done. I say, oh, okay, so congratulations, we got to the contract stage and now Chelsea's going to take over. No, it doesn't happen that way. They
Yeah.
always call me, they always want to email me, and I'm always
Yep.
accessible because I'm not worried really about all that stuff. And I just, yeah.
I think for every luxury broker and for every agent listening, that's the mic drop right there. I can actually take those phone calls. I can handle those emails because I'm not doing all the other stuff. So,
Right.
so let's talk about marketing for a minute. What are you finding that is the most effective way for you to get the word out, whether it's to stay connected with your past clients in Sphere or to attract new business? I'm assuming agent to agent referrals from the city or, from outside of the Hamptons to the Hamptons. So what's working right now from your marketing?
Um, it's amazing. Postcards. This is so old school.
I
You thought
love
I
it.
was going to be all out there with
Yeah.
social media and all that
Yep.
stuff. Yeah, that works. That works
Yep.
definitely. But postcards, handwritten notes,
Yep.
which can be automated.
Yes.
Handwritten notes.
Audience.co.
Yes.
Yes.
That we discovered that,
Mm-hmm.
and that is generating. I'm telling you, I probably got 15 leads this week alone from that. People that are interested in selling.
So direct mail, handwritten notes, automated by like audience.co or another company that does like the robots that are writing it for you. Yep.
Yep. And that works. That works. And then, there's the old fashioned, picking up the phone and
Yeah.
being back in touch with, or even just a text. Sometimes I just say, oh, hey, I just noticed, it was the anniversary of your purchase. How are you doing? How's the house? I would love to come and see what you've done with the place and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And invariably, it's just staying top of mind for all of the people that you've done good things for.
Yeah.
Staying top of mind with them will get you, more business also. So those are the things I think in terms of marketing.
Right.
And we do brand ads, we do print ads,
Sure.
we do banner stuff, and for branding our team, we do that. One fun thing that we did is and I wish I had it with me. I don't have it with me. We did hats. We did team hats. I'm going to send you one.
Please.
So they have the beach plum logo, which is the flower, the iconic
Yes.
thing in the
Yes.
Hamptons. And nobody else has that. There's sailboats and there's whales and there's this and that. And I said, wait, the beach plum, let's do that. So we had hats made. They say Mala Sander team and they say authentically Hamptons. And we give them out to any listing presentation,
Smart.
any renter, any sale we do. Here you go. And so pretty soon I went somewhere today and I had my hat on because I had just left SoulCycle or whatever. And they said, oh my God, there was somebody else in here with that hat. Where did you get that hat? And I said, oh, I can arrange that for you. Yeah.
You're like, you just have to buy a $5 million house for me. All right. Yes.
That's it.
Comes with a hat. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's play a game. I've been having a lot of fun with, great people like you called What's Hot, What's Not. So you ready? All you got to do is just tell me hot or not based upon your experience, right?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Networking.
Hot.
Just hot?
Really hot.
No,
It's
really?
always hot.
Always hot. Okay. It's okay if you give us a little bravado here. Following a schedule.
Not hot.
I knew it. Okay. I love it. Okay. Direct mail.
You have to be flexible. Very
Yes.
Direct mail. Very hot.
Okay. We got a very hot. Okay. Calling your database.
Hot.
Hot. Okay. Doing videos.
Hot.
Oh, 3 hots. Hot. Short form videos or long form videos.
I like short form.
Okay. How hot is real talk? How hot is real talk with Mala?
Super hot.
Super hot. Okay. Open houses? Not. Okay,
For
good.
me, yeah.
Yeah. Email marketing?
Hot.
Hot with a slight
it
question mark
works.
there. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, and I can extrapolate on that later.
Okay. Print advertising.
Ish.
Ish.
Warmish.
Hot-ish.
Warmish.
Okay. Studying the market.
Super hot.
Super hot. Dino the
Gotta know
Doxy.
that.
Dino the Doxy.
The hottest.
The hottest of the hot. Yes.
The hottest.
Only because your coach tells me you're amazing at it, and I saw it before we started this show. Tracking and measuring your business.
Super hot. Ultra.
Super hot. Okay, last question. What's the best beach in the Hamptons?
Ooh, Sagmain.
Ooh, I like that. All right. Somebody in the East or likes to be like, wait, hold on. Okay, so unpack for us. You said direct mail, very hot. Videos, you gave it a hot, hot, hot. I said to you, real talk with Mala, and you were like basically bananas hot. So what do you say to the luxury broker right now that's not doing video?
Why? I say why? Why would you not do it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is when people scroll through on stuff, they stop, they just scroll through the photo. They don't read, but your video's out there. And then all of a sudden the text is going and they know what you're saying.
Right.
And it's like they have to pause, because if you say anything remotely interesting on your video, they're going to stop, look and listen. And that's why you've got to do it.
I love it.
You got to do it.
I love it. Okay. Email marketing. You were like,
It can be overdone. You have to be super careful with it. Some people think that, they're just going to get a listing and they're going to blast it out to agents over and over and over again. I get so many emails about properties that have absolutely no applicability to me, my buyer, my market, and whatever. But not only will I get one email about that property, I'll get 15.
Yes.
It's overkill. I think people have said to me in the past that we like getting emails from you, brokers and agents, because it's not always every day another email, another open house, another this, another that. We're like all talking to ourselves and nobody's listening in a way.
Right.
Catchy subject, not super like regular, boom, boom, boom every day, sporadically. Say things that are important, say things that you really want them to hear and know. And that subject line better be killer, because it's never getting opened if it's not. When I see open house today, I go, down. I'm not like delete. But when I see, wait till you see this. When I see your 2 million buyer is going to want this, or when I see something that's a little bit catching my eye, I go, what's this?
Where do you go? Like, what's your go-to for headline creation or just marketing creative in general?
Right now, my marketing director, it's all on him.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just, and sometimes we brainstorm and, but he's really good at it. So, he's really good at it. In the past, like I had this one listing that had just for the first time on the market since 1969. And my headline for that was, not since the astronauts landed on the moon was this on the market.
Oh, look, my team was like, you've
got to put it into some sort of context so people get what it is.
Well, I think it's catchy, and it's also, I love your point around context. It's got to kind of punch people in the face, because otherwise it's just open house, new listing, e-alert. You're like, really? That's all you got?
Yeah.
Tell your marketing director to check out a book called Words That Sell. Words That Sell. And inside of a loom, so this is a coaching client only moment. Inside of a loom, I put inside there from my mentor, Jay Abraham, a list of 10,000 working headlines. And then he published the top 1,000 of the best headlines ever. So I tell your marketing director, go in there and R&D, rip off and duplicate.
I love it. We're definitely going to check that one out.
Love it.
I'm going to get it for him like now and send it to him.
You're like, hey, here you go. Here's a gift. Do more good email.
Here it is. Yeah.
So Mala, as we wrap this up, you've been so gracious with your time, and you're so lovely, you're so smart, you're so good at what you do. If you were to just drop a last nugget, whether it was around mindset or marketing or just business savvy or just taking care of your clients at a higher level, for the person listening right now, what do you think what's that one last little Mala-ism that they need to take on to keep their business moving forward?
This is going to really sound a little trite, but I have to say you have to set your goals and you have to believe in your ability to achieve them. And
Yes.
you have to tell your clients that you're the absolute best at what you do.
Yeah.
That's it. And you have to believe that. And if you're not the absolute best at what you do, then you need to do something else.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I just feel like you got to believe in yourself and set your goals and just make it happen. Say, I'm going to do this year. Just do it.
Yeah. I hope for the person maybe listening to this on the podcast, you jump over to my YouTube channel and watch how do you like I'm looking at like Brandon on my team. He's like, oh yeah. Cause just to see your expression as you were describing that, like we've all heard fake it till you make it. You know, we know these things, but at the end of the day, like I think give me your thoughts on this, Mala. Like confidence sells. Like just that confidence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That makes such a difference in terms of even just getting to a deal, even to getting
Right.
to a deal point. If
Right.
you've got the confidence and the gravitas and the market knowledge to
Yes.
advise your client, appropriately and know when to wait, know when to jump, don't have commission breath, just stay the course and be knowledgeable and smart and confident, and they will believe that you know what you're doing. And you will if you do all those things, right? And you
Right.
will know what you're doing. So it's not like you're faking it till you make it. You've got to understand the market. So important. You've got to understand your buyer. So important. And you've got to believe in yourself. So important.
Love it. Believe in yourself. Very hot. Very hot.
Very, very hot. Yeah.
Very, very hot. Two berries, Mala. Okay, well, thank you so much for spending some time with us. If you're not following Mala, do follow her on Instagram. Her reels, her shorts, her videos, even just her listing tours are hot. Hot. Hot.
Thank
And make
you.
sure you, I also saw that we could follow Dino, the dog, as well. So, maybe follow
Dino the Dachshund.
Dino the Dachshund. Got his own Insta. All right, 30
Got his
days
own
in.
Insta.
If he gets
Yeah.
more followers than you, Mala, we got a problem.
He gets a lot of hits on his reels. So many views, like 5,000 views on his most recent reel. I'm like, what is going on?
You might have to put him on the marketing team and have him start being your spokesperson.
I think I will.
I
I need to get
love
him
it.
some good. I need to get him some good swag first.
I think that's a really good idea. I literally have like over here Courtney on my team who's dying because her dog has like 15,000 followers now.
Oh my God.
She's like
Mine-
16.5, but who's counting? Yes.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Dino's only at like 70. We got to work on that, Courtney.
We're gonna get you a
I need your
special,
tips.
special coaching with Courtney to make sure that Dino crushes Instagram.
Very
All right,
good.
Mala. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you at the
Thank
summit.
you.
Thank you so much. Congrats on all your success. And hey, if you like this, share it with a friend or two. And if you haven't liked, subscribe, hit that notification button to make sure you're always receiving this content. Make sure you do so today. Take action on everything that Mala's talking about. And hey, let's make the rest of this year even more extraordinary. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Good stuff. Thanks, Tom. Bye.